Today's an interesting one, people, because I'm not the only one here that's just casually observing some model over there. Excuse me, guys. Ukrainian Russian has got 2 photographers, would you believe? She must be incredibly important. Maybe her surname is Putina. What I mean by not the only ones, these 2 have been standing here for a good while waiting, getting a little bit impatient now, rightly so. And even these 2 have stopped to watch because it's completely and utterly ludicrous how long this lady... I've been here for maybe 6 or 7 minutes waiting for an interesting tourist to turn up. She's now on the phone, calling back to the Kremlin to see how far the troops have advanced from the Russia-Ukraine border into Kursk region. Let's see if it's good news or not, or whether it's going to be bad news. She might come out of the phone box in tears. She might be completely distraught at the fact that her father hasn't managed to yet repel the invasion. The funniest thing of all, actually, is not how enthusiastic she's been in the phone box. Oh, she's getting a little bit shy now. Some of the tourists are kind of like sarcastically clapping. In other words, you know, get a move on. Let's ask the other tourists how long they've been waiting here at the phone box. They're probably going to say like 2 hours. Wait, let me not wait until they're not busy. Excuse me, sorry, did you speak English?
No.
Did you wait a long time for these people? Like, you've been waiting a long time? No. Oh, you don't know?
Espanol.
Espanol. Okay, all right, thank you guys. You speak English, obviously. How long have they been using the phone box, this group? Like half an hour or 2 hours or?
Look. Like Jane Fonda.
I see that. Actually, it's true. She doesn't look like Jane Fonda. She looks exactly the same as Jane Fonda looked on her 75th birthday. Ah, they finished.
Bravo.
Good man. Have a good day. Okay, folks. So they moved, and it's time for some new clowns. Excuse my voice, guys. I'm completely better, I promise. Back to normal, 100% strength. Everything is normal. Slight residue from the cold, which I'm now over. So I might sound a teeny weeny bit horsey. Not as horsey as horsies, but it'll fix itself. I think it's going to be a busy one. Looking at the number of people that are sort of scattered generally, it is going to be a busy one. And I'm really hoping this fellow here with his little accordion, first time I've spotted that here on Whitehall, is not going to destroy the video. That's going to be super annoying if that's guy with his little accordion is going to cause a problem. I think we'll be alright. I mean, I certainly hope we'll be alright. Oh, Lamborghini man. Ta-da! It's funny, you know, as someone that lived in Russia, that phenomenon of being completely oblivious to how everybody else might well, for example, want to get to the fish counter or the sausage counter in the supermarket. Yeah, it's a very peculiarly not just Russian, Slavic thing. It's kind of like, you know what, I'll take my time and the rest of you can wait. I think it's something to do with Soviet mindset, and I know that obviously Russians that we see these days, the vast majority of whom did not grow up in the Soviet Union, but they still have that mindset from grandma or grandpa, or totya, auntie, dedushka, babushka, grandfather, grandmother. Big group here already. Now the Blues and Royals are here today, obviously, and I think that the morning inspection should just have finished. That busker actually that we saw in the corner with the accordion will not last long. 100%, he will not be there for a long time. Now the good news is that I'm not seeing a large police presence on Whitehall, which means there's no planned protest due to hit anytime soon. There's also no setup going on. Soundstage, speaker systems, etc. PA system. Gosh, the size of some of these groups here. So hopefully it should be a very straightforward Saturday vis-a-vis the guards staying put with the horses until the usual finish time, circa 4 p.m. We will see. I never like to count my chickens, as it were, but it's been a while since we had a completely normal Saturday that went the full mile. It was a lot more chill here on Whitehall today, I must say, than yesterday or the day before. Trying to squeeze through fast before I get stuck behind a bunch of slow walkers. Now we know we're not going to see Mr. Mond, sadly, and as some of you pointed out in the comments, Raden appears to have temporarily vanished too. I'm not sure if it's a sort of a PR exercise to make sure nobody else gets seriously bitten, but as far as I'm concerned, the tourists deserve it. But one thing I did notice this morning, just because it popped up as I was sitting out the door, somebody, I can't remember the name, apologies whoever wrote it, somebody wrote about the fact there's no such position or person as stableman, either in a regular guard or a long guard. Well, that's funny, as I've heard at least a dozen troopers refer to themselves as the stableman during their time over here. Who is the stableman? The person that opens the doors at the back of the boxes before the horses change over each hour. That's often the person, the main person you will see coming out with the broom sweep in the yard. It's also the person that will come out and water the horses, and that is not an actual position. There's no one called it stableman in HCAV. It is a term that they use, corporal of horse, I've heard use it many times, to designate the trooper who has been assigned to stable duties as opposed to guard duties. I don't know how that works and if it's punishment, but given that pretty much every trooper we've ever seen in the Blues has at one time or another been stableman or stablewoman, my guess is that it's simply a rotational exercise. And the stableman is often also one of the lady guards, hence a stable woman. So it does vary considerably. So yes, there is no actual specific term of stableman, stablewoman. It doesn't exist. It's not a rank or a position in HCAV. It's simply what the troopers refer to one another as when they're dealing with stable duties. Now, curiously, the crowd here, as you can see, guys, is completely and utterly gigantic. And luckily, part of the road, a small part of the road, is closed, which is good because the overflow is already considerable. The reason we've got this big crowd of people is that for the moment everything is closed. I mean, closed to everyone except the troopers because the guard change is taking place. Now, the funny thing is that this is nothing compared to what we're going to get shortly. It's completely packed here at the front, as you can see. However, if we zoom in a little teeny bit past the last corporal of horse, or corporal of horse I think it is this morning, you can see all the zombies assembled at the end of the tunnel ready. Impressive, eh? Very. Now the thing is, oh, 3 phones man with the red cap is at the front, as usual. He's probably been here since about 7 AM. I think the guards were not even out. Just looking at the 2 troopers we've got and deciding which one would be a good choice to try and get closer to. I'm thinking instinctively, guys, this end. Let's do the opposite of Red Cap Man. That's my plan. Oops, sorry. There we are, bingo. Thumbs up. Right folks, we're at the front. I can't read the hoof numbers today for 2 reasons. One, it's crazy shiny, and 2, I don't even want to unzip the pocket to take out the phone. Why? Because if I unzip the pocket to take out the phone, there's a good chance I'll forget to re-zip it, and the phone will end up vanishing at some point. Oh look, here is the stableman, who apparently doesn't exist. He's coming across in just a moment. There he goes, look. That is Monsieur Stableman, folks. Now, I don't actually know whether or not this morning he's going to lock up the boxes or leave them open. one would think, strictly speaking, they will close them. But the other variable is we don't know if there's going to be an officer coming out to do an inspection. I remember being here last week on this exact spot and wondering the same thing. Well, we have an officer conducting an inspection, and last week there was no officer. I saw the corporal of horse peeking out the gates. No, I think we're likely done, everybody. Should in theory mean at any moment they'll permit everybody to leave the tunnel and head through the yard to the front area. Now the good news, people, is that yours truly made it to the front. Ta-da! In fact, the crowd disappeared so utterly quickly. Look, I think somebody's told them that someone hid a gold coin at Buckingham Palace. What the hell? Look at this. I wonder what it is that they're so excited to see on the other side of the gates. Extraordinary. Other horse is not having a good time of it, to be honest. Will he quit? Let's find out shortly. I will try to concentrate almost exclusively, folks, on the two horses. Might be one part, might be two parts. We will see how many parts, but it will primarily be horsey content today. That's the plan. Okay, so now everybody's flooded through the gates. Here come the tunnel dwellers from the yard to the front gates. So let's see what's going to happen this morning, guys, here at Horseguards. Good thing is it's nice and sunny and bright and warm, breezy, but not hot. In other words, it's perfect for filming. Okay, everyone's flooded into the yard to get a quick eyeful of the gatesman and shitsman being changed over. That won't take long. I guess for the time being, I don't know how long. They've scrapped the officer coming to the front to inspect the boxman. I didn't even see an officer in the yard, folks. So, I don't know, maybe it's something, I don't remember, to be honest, whether it's something they do in the summer season. But it's been weeks since we've seen it, so I'm guessing it's on pause. Either that or it's been scrapped while the terror alert is high. These early few are the lucky ones. They're going to get probably the horse almost to themselves before things really get busy. Oh, the first sacrifice. That was fast. I thought he changed his mind. He's like, you know what? I think I'll give the kids the other horse. Oh, one tourist to my right is actually giving his opinion on who's too close or not. I'm liking this guy. He doesn't get shouted at.
No, not at all. I was enjoying you mentioning about some people are too close, because they are, aren't they? And they didn't realise it.
You're absolutely right.
I think you're the first ever tourist that's mentioned about the welfare of the horse. Everyone else only cares about their pictures.
Okay, well, first of all, we're going to have to get you down. So, you ready?
Top man, eh, folks? It's nearly finished in the yard. After that's done, and there are no guards in the yard, everyone will flood back out here. Then we're going to get the you-know-what moment. The mad moment. Some well-known faces, guys, among the MOD, I've noticed, in the yard today. Let's just say you won't be disappointed with law enforcement. 100% not, in fact.
Okay, let's go.
Have a good day.
When you say you're the first ever tourist,
Yeah.
you're not the one who uploads all the videos of the Americans getting dead, are you?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Okay, that'd be why. I was gonna say, I see a lot on YouTube, like the Indian lady who gets really close and then like the horse bites her. It's like,
Guilty as charged. Yeah, sorry about that. But at least now you know I was telling the truth when I said that you're the only considerate person.
Gosh, right, folks, here it comes. Ta-da! Now, the thing is, we have got a bit of a road closure, so the overspill won't be a massive problem in terms of people potentially getting squashed by a bus. So let's leave it like this until they finish funneling out and decide which horse they want to terrorise en masse.
from high. Is that parachute fills up with air.
Gosh, I mean, this central area, look at it. If it carries on like this, they're actually going to need to close Whitehall permanently to road traffic. It won't be long until there's no space. Oh wow, this lady's sari on the left. Look at those colours, extraordinary. Oh, it's normally the parents that push the kid, but in this case it's the kid pushing the parent. Also, I remember another comment that I was going to address. Somebody mentioned that why do you refer to nationalities of tourists in the videos? Almost kind of like singling out certain nationalities. Guys, if we look back, we've had American, Canadian, Spanish, Italian, Slovakian, Russian, Ukrainian, American, Chinese, Japan. I mean, we've had virtually every single nationality one could envisage. Pretty much. In other words, it's not used to, to target any specific nationality. If I've spoken to somebody in particular, or mostly the case, if I've heard a group over, over my shoulder chit-chatting or whatever, before they go up, then I will mention it. Why? Well, because there are two reasons actually. First is that it's much easier to search through the videos. Okay, if you search, I don't know, Spanish or French, you're going to get a lot more hits than Canadian. Gives a good idea of the naughtiest group. Also, it's very, very interesting to see, for cultural reasons, that countries with visitors that do have their own monarchy are exceedingly well behaved. An example of that, and I've mentioned this many times on this channel, Moroccans. Okay? Every single Moroccan that I've ever come across here, lovely and respectful. Why? Because they have their own king, and he's much revered, as is our own. So there are certain correlations, without a doubt. So there are different reasons. I mean, does it hurt? No. The other thing is it helps to differentiate the titles of the videos. If every video was tourist this, tourist that, tourist this, tourist that, without any other keywords, the videos will not get pushed up by YouTube because they count as semi-dupes. This is exactly why I don't title every video Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, because they'd all look the same and YouTube would not push the content as it does. You probably noticed, folks, that there's no other long-form channel on YouTube that's covering anything like this content that is pushed out as hard as the content on this channel. And there are two reasons for that. One, of course, is that the content's unique because it's fully narrated. But two, sorry chap, but two, more importantly, if any of you Google horseguards, just Google horseguards and then click the video tab, how many videos are London City Walks videos? Almost a whole lot. Pages and pages of the videos. Oh man, no, look at that. He just left a teeny weeny kid there. Crazy. Anyway, so hopefully that kind of explains or addresses those concerns. If I overlooked any other comments, folks, apologies. We're getting to the stage where it's becoming increasingly difficult to manage the comments. Okay? We're getting very high 5-figure number of comments per week across the videos on the channel. And in all honesty, there's no way I could ever hope to read through 30, 40, 50,000 comments a week. It's just impossible. So that, alas guys, is the downside to the channel having such a wonderful community, i.e. all of you folks. Okay, so he kind of shook the horse a little bit. The trooper's not going to say anything to a teeny weeny kid because one, they probably wouldn't hear it, and two, they probably wouldn't understand it. Plus, he wouldn't want to scare them. So the police are watching what's going on, and we know how on it that officer is always, and with glorious consistency. But I'm going to guess if we see people, adults or teenagers, going up, mauling the horse, trooper's going to say something. I know I'm taking a risk by saying that, but that's my firm belief. Oh. Slick is getting impatient over there. To be honest, I can understand why. I think the director of Wolf of Wall Street Part 2 has said, look, DiCaprio's busy today, you can stand in, but just don't muck the scene up. It's Margot Robbie, guys, closest to the camera. I can't remember the name of that actor, in fact, in the shades. I think it's Bames John. He's like, oh guys, we need to go over there and do the scene. The film crew are in the wrong spot. They've left. That massive flood of people to my left is starting again as well. Apologies guys for so many people sort of walking or wandering into the frame. There's not really anything I can do about that. That's right, it's a lot more orderly and civilized, isn't it? Even than yesterday. Will it remain? Who knows? Let's see. The dude on the left has been there for a good amount of time, actually. In fact, a curiously long amount of time. I don't know what he's waiting for. Shades man leaning against the wall. I did think when I saw him initially that he was here for a photo shoot, but I didn't see a photographer. Oh, maybe he's decided it's time to move. Not one single person has got remotely close to the horse yet. Long may it continue, I say. Shadesman keeps going to walk forward, then changes his mind and steps back again. Look. Very curious. No rucksack, no one with him, no phone. Maybe he has a horse fetish. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I have one. Mild one. Healthy throng today, not an absolute jam for the moment, it's moving, flowing, slowly but surely. How long will it last? I have no idea. Here's another Shades dude, straight in from Hong Kong. You can tell by the glasses, definitely from Hong Kong. The hoof on this horse, guys, there is absolutely zero chance of me getting it, so I'm not even going to bother. I can see with my naked eye there's nothing that is perceptible. I'm sure a lot of you will recognise this beauty anyway. Really, really fuzzy long forelock. In fact, it's actually going over his eyes. Super long forelock. We might end up with the exact glorious antidote to last Saturday's video today. Oh, just get right behind the bro that's already there, getting his picture. They don't know each other, these two. Look, he's like, hello, hi, I was here first. Oh, good or what? Patient guy, he was already there first. Okay, this is the closest we've seen anyone get to the horse yet. Oh, Shadesborough is still there, but he's found a phone. He's got car keys in one hand, phone in the other. I just realised it's probably a tuk-tuk driver looking for business. Oh, wait, is that the first V sign of the day? I think it actually is. I'm reasonably sure it is. It's a lovely straw hat. Horse probably got excited and thought, hold on a second, there's breakfast. The whole family just debated whether to go round or cut across. Rand was walking for everyone else's picture constantly. I'm not sure who that is. Drew the attention of the officer, the guy that's shouting. It's like shouting to his tour group. I think they've gotten lost on the other side of the road. He's like, hey, maybe call them, dude. Or go over and ask them, though, instead of scaring everyone here. Best dressed lady of the day. Amazing glasses, though, folks. That's it. Stick your lady wife next to the horse. Don't worry about her personal safety, as long as you're okay, chap. Bing bong. We will, in a moment, guys, have a look at the other horse at the other end. That is our plan. I think he's a red cap bro. Decided he wanted to stand right there, actually. Somebody just gave a little gift, a little toy or something to like, police officer, lady police officer agreed to pose with the little toy like it's a dinosaur. That's actually pretty sweet. Folks, the police officers are always cool with people touching their horses. It's always been the case. This is no different. We see it all the time. Two beauties. I mean, this chap has decided it's actually his horse, doesn't belong to the police, so he's put his hand on the reins. It's the first hand on the reins for ages, but these horses look super friendly, don't they? It's actually pretty unusual to see the police stop their horses in the yard like this and let the tourists really interact. But if I move back a teeny bit, you can see how popular this is. Look how many people there are. It's certainly a draw, isn't it? And they are two beauties as well, especially this one on the left. That one could be a HCAV horse, it's so good looking. Oh, the officers are debating where they're going to go, in fact. And I do like to say, the only place you don't want to go is back to the stables, to be honest. I think to stay out as long as possible, no? Real beauties, though, actually, those two horses. Okay, the good thing is, guys, it's drawn the attention of certain other stupid people that have 3 cameras. So, let's remove them from the equation, which means we can get ourselves to this end. Ta-da! So thanks to the police officers. It's still not going to be easy to get to the front, folks, but I'll slide in slowly. It's chaotically busy here. Some dude here with oh yeah, I've seen him before, in fact, some Latin tour guide. Okay, so he turned around, saw the camera there, and decided to move. Anything interesting? Anything interesting in this end so far?
It's not moving. It's like people coming technical way turning. What is his name?
Wait, let's have a look. Actually, wait, I don't think, one second. Let's have a quick look. I don't think this is Salah instinctively. 1 minute, let's see. Oh, wait, will this wait? Oh, obviously they decided to stand right in front of the camera. 1 second, folks. See if we can grab the name of this one where we've got a brief moment of normality here. I think this one's Tallahassee. I think.
What's the name?
Tallahassee. Wait, let me just look at the picture. Tallahassee. I'm pretty sure. One second. Let's check.
With the T or H?
T. Yep. Tallahassee. For some reason, interesting enough though, oh, there's the picture. The gallery's so big, the pictures take ages to actually even load. Let's have a quick look. Oh god, I'm not even sure. That second number, what's that? What do you think? Is that an 8 or a 9 or what is that?
To be honest, look to me 0.
Yeah, hard to read that one. Let's have a look. Wait, so it's not Tallahassee, guys. 1 minute. Which means if it's a 0, this horse is Thor.
Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
T-H-O-R.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is a 0 actually. So let's go with that. That's our guess for this horse, Thor. Really hard to read the second digit. So anyway, Thor, we think it is. Interesting markings actually. This horse has got really brown, chocolate brown areas around his eyes. Move myself back to the bollard a teeny bit. So this one, yeah, we're pretty sure it's Thor. I mean, that's as good as we're going to get as a guess, simply because the second number is. It could be multiple different numbers. It could be a 0, it could be a 6, it could be a 9. We think it's a 0. I mean, you heard my friend mention 0, so. I do think we're going to have a civilised Saturday, which is a lovely thing, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's it, just touch. That's the first touch we've noted, but I don't think the trooper would have even seen it, it was so subtle. It doesn't count if the horse touches the tourist, guys, that counts as fair play. In other words, permissible. This is so much better compared to the other day. It's so much better. What a difference. Very mature even, just like this guy's t-shirt.
Where's Layla?
Fantastic. If only we were always like this. It's organised, well paced, nobody's pushing him. And everyone gets a good picture. Triple win. It's really, in fact, sticky hole this end. So I spent 10 minutes at the other end, didn't I, when we first began the video. Now we've been at roughly 5 minutes this end. The heat at this end, I don't know how or why that is, or whether there's something under the cobbles at this end, but this end is, and I've mentioned it before, considerably hotter than the other end. You would not believe, guys, this is Saturday, would you look? Are the signs working? Starting to look like it, isn't it? It's been actually a long time since I remember it being this calm at the weekend. I think she just came from the gym and is looking for a date. What do you think, guys? just wondering if she's going to make it to an entire minute without moving. Meanwhile, I don't know what to say at the moment, which is rare for me. I think she's just admiring this beautiful horse, and to be honest, so are we. Well, actually, maybe it might be the trooper, actually, thinking about it, or both. I think she's thinking there's room on there for two, on the horse that is. Oh, suddenly came back to Some people do get enamoured, to be fair, much as I jest. Some people do get really enamoured by these beautiful horses, and that was a moment you could see she was clearly mesmerised. And this is a cute looking horse, really cute actually. One of the slimmest, slenderest faces of all the horses. But look, it's happened again, look. Beside that, the guard is a good looking fellow. It might well be some of the ladies are mesmerised. I think one of you yesterday mentioned in the comments, one of the early comments on yesterday's video, that my favourite guard is back with a beard. Now, I think it was this trooper that you were referring to. And he has been here before. But yeah, the beard is quite new. A new addition. Just a girl who loves reggae. I mean, I kind of get it actually. I like to come back a pyramid myself. Oh, another sacrifice. That was pretty early. Yeah, don't be scared. One bite and it'll all be over. Wow. That dress is amazing, in fact. I haven't seen anything like that since Woodstock, back in 60, whenever it was. All kids, no parents. Smart. No parents anywhere, right? I have no idea where all the parents are for these bunch of kids. Is this the first day that the signs are working, folks? I mean, if we make it to the end of this part one and no one touches, like gratuitously touches. I always have trouble with that word. Gratuitously touches. Then I can say that we've had the first day, successful day with the new signs.
5-10 minutes, yeah? Yeah, no hurry. Yeah, so we go for lunch at 12, so that's fine. Yeah, take your time. All right,
Certainly looking that way, isn't it, thus far?
Is this a line?
It's a bit of a free for all. Whoever sort of gets there first, wins. Yeah, two folks on the right have glued themselves to the floor, folks. That's why they're not moving. was a hand straight on the horse. I haven't seen that much leather since I visited the LV factory. I always tell the people that spent way too much time in the south of France when they were younger. It's a noticeable affliction, in fact, among the English in particular. This girl here just pushing in front of the lady behind her. The other horse, in fact, at the other end is being really left alone. This one's being pretty left alone. As you can see, hardly anyone's reached out or touched it. The other one is pretty much being ignored. It's a great thing to see. I don't think it will last. Normally the absolute high point of the day on Saturdays is around about noon to 1 o'clock. So I did notice that a lot of you are mentioning about the fact, I literally cannot watch this because of the frustration, and I get it, the anger with seeing so many people mauling a horse, which nobody wants to see. Especially now there's a sign that says don't. So today, guys, will be the antidote ASMR version. Lots of smiles, lots of good pictures, happy horse, super chill horse, and the guards obviously not having to stress about how to respond to idiots. I'm optimistic we might just make it all the way. Interesting, the gatesman hasn't left his post yet once. All good?
Do you think that's more of a disclaimer that you sign?
Bit of both, to be honest. I mean,
Warning and a disclaimer, just in case, I think.
I think it's both. I think it says to people that, look, if you're going to touch it, you've got a risk of getting in trouble, which is fair enough.
Just less content for you guys, though, as well.
No, not at all. I'd actually argue the exact.
The other guys, I like those fighting incidents.
That's up to them, but for me, it's about what happens here, good or bad.
True.
Oh, I thought he was going to march into the box, guys, jump on the back of the horse. I used to have a tablecloth exactly like that dress. In fact, I need to dig it out. This pattern made it really easy to line up the condiments in the middle of the table. Norwegian summer school. Hello, horse. I guess Bossman didn't realise there's a camera right in front of him when he decided to come over. Oh, maybe he did. Bit of a Snoop Dogg thing going on, folks. 1 second, let's wait to get Snoop in the frame. I'm just looking around, guys, because somewhere, I'm sure, in the immediate area is Dr. Dre. I just haven't seen him yet. If Snoop is here, Dre's got to be nearby. Or in this case, El Snoopito. One, two, three, into the four. I know it's better to drop those little musical segments into my videos, but not worth getting them pulled for copyright, is it? Oh, what has the trooper noticed? Ah, the reign's got a little bit stuck, it looks like. It's interesting, guys, because most of the tourists there are doing what we're doing, standing back and observing what's happening with the flow of people and the horses' response to them. So much calmer. Anyone that isn't watching this in bed before they go to sleep, wait until bedtime, guys, you'll enjoy it more. Sweet dreams after watching this. Roughly halfway through the hour. I think we'll have a wander into the yard in a second. Okay, this will be our last lucky tourist for the moment. He was the last. So much better. Oh, good lord. This is how I would imagine the horse guards would function if it were a utopia. In other words, if there were kind of quite a lot of people, but never too many people, or if, for example, the numbers were limited, say, I don't know, 500 concurrently, and they were sort of, somebody had a little clicker, in, out, no one else is allowed in, either from the tunnel end or from the front gates. If that 500 is reached, one in, one out policy, I think it would actually perfectly function in that way. Now, interestingly, I'm reasonably certain, to the 90th percentile plus, that the gatesman today is the Karen Slayer from the front. I'm 90% certain it's her. One second, I don't want to go and get super close when I'm here by myself. If any tourists go up for a picture, then we'll be able to see clearly. I'm pretty sure. Curious actually, because I don't remember seeing her yesterday when the Blues rode in. But it's great to see her back here at Horse Guards. I'm sure you'd all agree. One of the most popular troopers in the entire Blues and Royals regiment. God, I hope I haven't made a mistake. I'm 99% certain it's her, folks. But that's very curious if it is actually. Why the gatesman is not doing any rounds today? I would understand if it were, absolutely ram-packed busy with a zillion people, because it would then be incredibly difficult for the rounds to be done. But it's not. So wait, let's see. Yeah, my initial instinct was correct. Who's on this side as Chitsman? So you've actually got a gates woman, in fact. Oh, in fact they swapped over. So yesterday's gatesman is today's Chitsman. There he is. And we do remember him coming out, didn't we, yesterday and screaming at some of the tourists. He's happily on this side, even though it's warmer. That's interesting because the gatesman, Lady Gatesman, more often than not, is a boxwoman, at the front. Of course, the most famous day ever being when she was on the horse in this box on the left, and Karen turned up. But I've seen her many times as a stablewoman, but it's been a long time since I've seen her standing on foot in either position. That's curious. I wonder if she would, hoping or thinking she would have been a boxman this weekend, but for whatever reason, two of her colleagues usurped her dream, have possibly a teeny weeny bit better presented got into the boxes. Hard to guess actually, but based on the fact that the two boxmen that we're seeing now were both on duty yesterday, I guess they really smashed it in terms of their presentation. Police are really on it actually back to back today, looking into the yard and to the front. And it's curious because for a Saturday, there are typically more. Not just tourists, but more police as well. Also, if you notice, guys, look how far back the crowd of tourists are. Nobody's told them that they need to be that far back. They've just naturally decided, out of, I don't know, respect or fear or a bit of both, to form this. It's not even an arc. It's half a rectangle. Is that not absolutely what we were dreaming of happening? It won't last. I hate to disappoint you, it won't last. It will get better as we go into late summer and early autumn, but it won't last. And that's a pity. Just got a nod from the guard. I just realised actually, thinking, why are people already lining up? It doesn't seem that long ago that they entered the box, but then again they had the inspection. Gosh, that went really fast. They'll shortly tell everybody to choose the front or behind the bollards or in the yard. I think Army officers got his tour group over there and a few other groups have formed up over here. It's very, very, very unlikely, exceptionally unlikely, that they'll be changing over the gatesman. Not only did the gatesman get changed last time, but I don't recall the Blues doing it hourly. It's been an occasional lifeguard thing, unless of course it's boiling and it's not. So there's no chance of all this lot getting screamed at. That said, I go back to the front, of course it will happen. I mean, it's pretty much inevitable. London's most knowledgeable tour guide, folks, right there, ex-army officer. Now the thing is, which box will be the most interesting to finish today's super ASMR mega chill video in? Oh, it's a tough decision. Instinctively, I'm thinking this end. I don't know why, I just am. Plus I do like seeing them coming out and lining up through the doors at the back of the box. The most chilled Saturday ever, this has got to be. It's like super chill Saturday. This is kind of the exact opposite of all those people going crazy and putting their hands on their doors. Everyone's being really respectful today. Finally, maybe it started to work.
That's what I told you a long time ago. This sign over there.
Yeah.
Actually, this sign is a little bit wrong as well.
Yeah,
they're saying they're appreciating.
It's
like
got to
that.
be temporary, surely. I can't believe that's like the final result. I think we'll see a new permanent
this
sign
should
by
be like
Christmas.
cross, rather
Yeah.
than thank you so much.
Yeah. It's true that it is a bit open to interpretation, actually, you're right.
Yeah, it's a double meaning, right?
Yeah, it would be better if it was a double cross, like, thinking about it.
It's mean that thank you.
Plus, if they took the dinosaur out and put a horse in the background, 'cause it does look like a little bit like a Godzilla.
You know one more thing, John. You know what they've done? What is this? You put some cream.
Yeah, it's a suntan SPF 50.
You know this one, what I was going to say to you. You know these horses? They're not the same horses.
What, is it the same horse as yesterday, or?
No. Even people were not touching before, just try to bite. These ones, they done something with the horses.
No. What do you mean?
calm.
Okay, so basically, that like Raden and Ormond are not coming over. They're
Even the other
not coming
horses,
to the
sometimes they do
front.
bite as well, remember?
Yeah, some of them were actually thinking
But
about
they
it.
are now absolutely not.
Step away from the horses now, please. I'm going to change.
But is the reason probably that they're not biting, that they're nowhere near as stressed as they were before because they're not being touched by everyone?
They're not even trying. You know, the horses, they give them like something to calm down.
No, you really think?
I think to calm down.
Okay, that's
not
interesting.
anything like unusual, because they train the horses. They know what to keep them calm. Like they give mange, thing like.
Or maybe just small pieces of Karen's skin
Yeah.
that they froze last year.
But before that, they were like let them go do what they like, you know. But now they give them like sweet or mint, you know, which
Several
keep
of
them.
them, I mean, it's possible. My money would be on the fact that because they're not getting pestered and touched by a zillion people, the horse is not as anxious, so they're just happier and
I still
calmer.
understand, John, what you're saying.
I think it's
But
both, maybe.
It's both, but no, not even 1% they're trying.
It's true, there is a big difference, yeah, a very big difference. In fact, maybe, guys, the lady police officers are giving them polos before they come out to make them happy. I haven't even had a meltdown in the boxes for a week.
Look, I can't lick my arm holding this.
Why? Because you've been using it too much, or
No, it's hurt, man.
arthritis?
Oh. Making videos up and down, you know, this thing.
Yeah, but why don't, instead of you putting all the weight on your arms and wrists all the time, you use a
I
strap.
hold it from here.
Or use a strap. That way you can lay it down on something or put it here, and even if it drops, for example, if I stand it there, I'm not even having to hold it. It supports itself. Everyone's happy this morning, folks.
To change the horse.
Yep. Goodbye to this beauty, who we seem to think, with reasonable certainty, is Thor. Okay, who's the replacement? Honestly, no idea.
You know, in the previous one, this car had a different horse. A clay one. Like yesterday's one. Remember Lemby?
Ah, yes,
The change
yeah. It's true. In fact, this is a different one. Can you read the number?
1 hour before it was different.
Don't say it if you can, but if you can figure it out. It looks like it's one digit, no? Single digit. Hoof is super shiny on this one.
Which hoop? Left?
Yeah, this one. Or from where we're looking, right.
Can you see anything?
It's too bright, isn't it? Again, it's the sunlight hitting it. Nope. Folks, anyone recognises this beauty? That's a very distinctive blaze. Yeah, it's a lot of varnish on the hoofs plus the sunlight. Very caring looking face this horse has got. Looks like a young horse. What do we think? In fact, I'm going to take a picture of this one because it's a real beauty. Like a real beauty. Okay, Instagram incoming. Oh, spontaneous round of applause from the tourists. I mean, it was pretty chill today, wasn't it? Is that not the guy that gives the polos to the horse? This guy in the blue hat? I'm sure it is. It's Polo Man, isn't it? Oh, it is. Yep. But has he got his polos? I wonder. Guess we'll find out in a minute. It's not. It looks really, really similar to Polo Man. Right, here comes the flood. I'll get a picture of this horse really fast before everyone zooms in, or there's no space left. Okay, got the picture which will be posted shortly.
Is that guy brought the polo?
I'm not sure. It looks so similar. I thought it was. Let's see. I really can't be sure, in fact. It could be like his twin brother. Is it Polo Man, guys? I don't think it is, actually. I think Polo Man is slightly less stocky.
Really fun. First.
Really interesting that there are this massive number of people coming up, but they're really keeping their distance on there, respecting this. Look at unwritten force field. Oh, there's it. Line your kids up in height size on the right. This other bro with his daughter just pushes in. Oh, here we go. Pushing in started. How can you be that clueless? I mean, he just lined them all up, and the guy just marches in with his kid. Extraordinary, isn't it, really? What's wrong?
You can't upload this one on apart from YouTube. Because, they violation.
I think I got that this morning. There's now some guy that sits and playing the accordion. Yeah, first time.
Too many new guys came in.
It's not just that. I mean, come on. Do you personally seriously think anybody needs to be here with 3 phones on a pole all day?
I don't know how they manage all this footage. You know what? I'm doing live streaming. I don't know, make maximum 1 hour video. That's enough for me 1 week.
Exactly.
I use only 5-minute video or 10-minute video in one day, all day.
Let's hope maybe they decide to do it because they're only going to be here for the summer and then they're just going to slowly post the video through the autumn. In other words, won't be coming back.
That's a fact.
Yeah, let's hope so. That will be the ideal solution. Plus, do you ever see him? He's always here as well. Who's that? I thought he was like the pimp for those Filipino women that are always here, no? I'll say it to their face, I'm not bothered. He always seems to be here, like, telling the woman what to do.
You know about this was strong. For example, if somebody in the close horseguard today, example.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
After 3, 4 days, 5 days, you upload whatever you want, people will know watch it because they know that they already get the news from wherever.
Yeah.
They're only interested in latest information.
Yep, it's very true. Very true. We've got somebody doing yoga, guys, in front of the horse. Some sort of yogic thing. Performance artist, maybe. Plus camera. Oh wait, we've got a tour guide that's telling his group that we're now by the something. So these are the soldiers. They have an important job. It's their job to be bodyguards, as we see here, mounted bodyguard. If there's any trouble at the palace, they gallop up on the horse. What rubbish is he talking? We have special guests, guys, in today's video. Damn, I'd actually like to pretend join that group and see. Okay, they have to hold the reins and stand still for 2 hours. That's got to be the worst tour guide we've ever seen. He's talking absolute rubbish. Wait. Let's see if we can spot any more lies and inaccuracies. Does anybody want to have their photo taken with the big horse?
I don't like going near any animal I couldn't beat in a fight.
Okay, maybe some factual information for your group. They've probably paid about £100 each for the pleasure of listening to you spout rubbish. These Griffith tour guides are unbelievable, folks. It really angers me because it's not fair that tourists get ripped off. They're no better than the scammers on the bridge. How the hell can you not even know that they're in the box for an hour, not 2? Are those not basics? And telling them that the guards will gallop to the palace if something goes wrong is just absolute load of rubbish. Maybe 300 years ago, but certainly not in 2024, 2025.
Okay, guys, should we carry on?
God, that is pitiful, no? I'm very tempted to go over and ask if he's selling tickets and can I join his group. Damn it. It went that way. Folks, whichever group that is, he's not even talking, so look, he's just leading like a zombie. London's worst tour guide, without a doubt, that was terrible. Okay, the good news, folks, is that despite it being packed, and it is packed, you might think, oh, it's quiet today, there's no one here. You can see our closing shot is a massively packed horse guards. Close to our closing shot. But the numbers are in line with the typical Saturday. What isn't in line with the typical Saturday is the behaviour of the tourists. In other words, everybody so far is being super well behaved. Even waving goodbye to the horse. Please, honestly, do not go into the box because everything has been so perfect thus far. And there we have it, guys. The absolute best ever Horse Guards ASMR video. Whenever you watch a video and it stresses you out, reins getting grabbed, horses looking nervous, people getting shouted at, turn it off. Come back to this one. Just mellow. In happy horse and well-behaved tourist world. Fantastic, eh? Really. So there's our closing shot, folks. A bunch of people lined up. Oh, there's some guy with a red cap. Never seen him here before with 3 phones. Super chill. Bro's on the way to find his dealer. If every day were like this, guys, it would be... I almost feel like sitting on the floor on a little straw mat and singing Kumbaya. I really do. So from a Perfect Horse Guards at 10 past noon, guys, I'm out of here. But I'll be back soon. As always, enjoy the rest of the weekend, people. Bye for now.